Coming to you direct from Silencer Shop Studios, home of the Glass Case of Emotion.
SilencerShop.com, the easiest way to buy silencers online, period.
Stand by for education, enlightenment, enjoyment, and entertainment.
He's not here to talk about your feelings. He's not here to say what you want to hear. He's here to say what needs to be said.
Ladies and gentlemen and children of all ages, please welcome your host, the pimp hand of America, Professor Paul Markle.
Yay! Yay! We made it all the way to Wednesday. Woohoo! Welcome to Student of the Gun Radio. Yes, I am your host, and if you don't like that, it's just too darn bad. Go listen to someone else then, I guess, huh? But no, I am your host, Professor Paul Markle. Why am I a professor? Because I preside over Student of the Gun University, and this is an institution of learning and education. But what this is not, this is not a place where everybody gets a trophy and not everyone passes. Sometimes you fail. It's not my fault that you failed. It's your fault that you failed. And that's the way the real world works, ladies and gentlemen. Not all your bosses are going to think your feelings are more important than your efforts. What? But I deserve $1 million a year. And I deserve to only work 20 hours a week. And you deserve nothing.
You know what pisses me off?
What?
The fact that people don't take responsibility for their own lives. Like, oh, my life sucks and I'm complaining about this. I complain about something every single day. Well, you know what? It's your fault and you can fix it.
Well, brothers and sisters, there are bad people in the world. And there are people that try and take advantage of you. There are people that try and take things from you, the actual physical things, steal from you. There are people that if you allow them to, they will do it. It's just the way it is. But and what Jared's saying is actually, you know what, Jared, I was thinking about something. I was thinking about doing this for Friday's Mindset. Stop accepting excuses from yourself and from other people.
You should do that. You already did that last Friday.
No, I said excuses are not reasons.
Yeah, but...
And then I did deserve versus desire.
Yeah, I know, but you already did that last Friday.
What did I do last Friday?
What you just said. Oh,
yeah, no kidding. That's what I did. Are we in a time warp right now? What day is it? What bottle did I drink? Jared thinks that's a good idea, and if he thinks it's a good idea, well, heck, that's what's going to happen. All right, today is, well, it's Wednesday, and it's our SWAT Fuel Fitness Day, and Jared's going to talk about something that's very important. If you're having a gym or if you participate in a gym. Are you going to talk about how to best do a kettlebell routine while talking on your iPhone at the same time?
Oh, man. We witnessed that the other day.
Many of you who pay attention to the show know that a CrossFit gym opened right across the street from us, which is just some kind of weird, strange irony. So, and bless their hearts for trying. But it's the summertime now, and what?
I was just saying, it's not the good kind of CrossFit.
Yeah, it's just we got a certificate from CrossFit Incorporated, and we do stuff.
Yeah.
We help people. We teach them how to injure themselves while getting fit. But it's summertime now, so what have you got? We've got a bunch of teenagers that go over to this place, and I guess they're doing like pre-sports conditioning, or that's what they're thinking, or whatever, it doesn't matter. So yesterday, middle of the day, I don't know, about lunchtime or something, Jared, or after lunch, I don't remember. I was outside in front of the shop, and I saw them, and they do this thing where we are on a cul-de-sac, and if you don't know what a cul-de-sac is, you probably went to public school, but it's basically a big dot at the end of your road where you just turn around and go back out. And you're like, Paul, everybody knows that. You'd be surprised. Well, they pick up weights and they walk down the ramp out of the CrossFit gym, and then you ever wonder if any of them actually listen to the show? That would be funny if like one of them did.
Well, if you are listening to the show and you're across the street, come over and talk
Come
to
over
us,
and
I will
we will
explain
help
to
you
why we're saying this.
Well, yeah, we're not just being critical for the sake of being critical. We want to help. That's why we're here.
I think that's one thing that makes us so different from a lot of other people is that we don't say anything on this podcast that we would not say to somebody's face.
Yeah, I mean, I want you to not injure yourself. Jared wants you to not injure yourself. Anyway,
I'll injure you if you want.
Yeah, they will injure you, but we don't want you to injure yourself. They're walking, so they walk out across the parking lot. They walk out into the cul-de-sac, and they walk back into the building. And this little girl, I say little girl, she's a teenager, whatever, is walking out, and I see she has like 2 10-pound kettlebells in her hands, in each hand, and her head is cricked over like on her shoulder as she's walking down the thing. And my first thought is, she must have like a muscle cramp or something like that. She got a cramp because she's carrying these weights. And then until she set them down, reached up, took the phone that she had trapped between her right shoulder and right ear and switched it over to her left shoulder and her left ear, picked up the kettlebells and started walking again. And that is when I ran into the building and I said, Jared, come out here right now and you need to see this. Because I didn't want to describe it. I wanted there to be a witness so they wouldn't think, oh, you're just crazy, Paul. How many times, like every 10 steps, she would set the kettlebells down, switch the phone to another ear, pick them back up, and keep walking.
Yeah. And it wouldn't be, okay, so if you use kettlebells and you want to pick them up, you use your legs to pick them up. If you want to set them down, you use your legs to set them down. You don't round your back to pick them up or set them down. Unless, of course, you do CrossFit at this place over here. So,
you mean you're supposed to squat down and lift them up with your leg muscles?
So next time you're carrying 2 kettlebells and you need to switch your phone from one ear to the other, just keep in mind that you need to squat down and set them down and don't bend your back.
That's a proper technique.
Yes.
For talking on your phone while exercising. All right. Oh, sweet Buddha, just hang up your phone for 15 minutes, do the exercises, and then make the world-ending critical call that I'm sure you're on. Oh,
but she's a teenager. Don't you know how teenagers are?
Soft and retarded. But at least they're walking with kettlebells. At least they weren't running with them over their heads like I've seen them do before. They hold it up over their head and then jog down the street. I'm not really sure what that's supposed to do.
I was going to say, I can't really like critique the teenager that is doing this action. I can a little bit to a certain extent, but she made the decision to go actually be active. Mm-hmm. And it's the instructor's responsibility to, if somebody's doing that in your class or at your school, then you're like,
whoa, hey,
stop, put the phone down, do it the correct way, or get away. Or
go do something, or just, if you want to talk on your phone, just go talk on your phone. But right now we're gonna train. But whatever. You're just trying to make everyone do things like you want them to do. You talk about freedom, but you want people to do things the way you want it. Yeah, that's exactly. You got us. All right, let's thank our friends at Crossbreed Holsters. Why? Because they make the Super Tuck Deluxe. They also make the Mini Tuck. But I don't know if the Mini Tuck is like maybe if Peter Dinklage decided to be like Bruce Jenner, then it would be a mini tuck. But I don't think that. But right now, we're just going to deal with the Bruce Jenner commemorative, which is also known as a Super Tuck Deluxe. And all right, moving on to Frog Lube. It's green, it's minty fresh, it's extreme, and you should put it on your guns to prevent them from rusting.
Coming soon on the Student of the Gun Gear Store, Frog Lube Cologne.
Frog Lube Cologne. We did talk about that. Maybe we could get Axe to do a Frog Lube flavor.
We could axe them.
That. Century Arms, the sweetest melon arms maker in the U.S. of A. Get your. You know what? Just wait. Don't buy an AK now. Wait until November, December, then you can buy one. How's that sound? Nobody's called me out on that yet. I'm just going to keep saying it. All right, it's time for our SWAT Fuel Fitness Talk.
Physically fit, physically fit, physically fit, woman, physically fit, woman, nice, sweet, fantastic, mix your body out in the big tight, woman, nice, sweet, energetic, mix your body out in the big tight, woman, nice.
All right. If you use a public facility, listen up. And I don't really care if you have a private facility. I don't care what you do because it's your private facility. If you use a public gym, take care of it. Take care of yourself for one. And by that, I mean wipe down the equipment before you use it and after you use it. Why before? Because you don't know if the person that used it last decided to wipe it down after they were done. So, and that's how you get ringworm. That's how you get ants, Lana.
That's how you get ants. Is that how you get ringworm, Lana?
Yeah, that's how you get ringworm.
Yeah.
And one of my pet peeves at the gym is when people use weights and they don't put them back on the rack. It makes me want to punch them in the face.
Put it back where you found it. Are you 5?
Yeah, put the frickin' weights back where you found it. And if you found them on the rack already, or not on the rack, if you found them on the bar already or next to the bench already, put them back on the frickin' rack.
Be an adult.
Yeah.
Yeah. Gosh, you're right. Don't be a dick and don't leave your sweat all over the stuff. It's not hard. Every open to the public gym that I'm aware of has either the towelette dispenser thing or they have like squeeze bottles and towels. I can't even imagine. If you go to a facility and you ask them about that and they say, no, we don't have anything.
Don't go to that facility.
Yeah, don't go to that facility. You are going to get ringworm or something. You're going to get sick.
I have not seen self-cleaning machines yet.
Yeah. Oh, tell people what ringworm is.
Ringworm is a worm that looks like a ring, and it itches, and it sucks. And you don't want it.
It's an infection.
Yes.
Yeah, it's an infection.
It's an affection.
It's an infection.
Okay.
You freak.
So, yeah, take care of your gym. Clean up after yourself. Wipe your equipment down, rack the weights and bars, and put your towels in the bin. I can't tell you how many times at the gym that I used to go to here, the freaking guy, the people at there wouldn't put the towels in the bin. And they don't have, like, reusable towels where they wash them. They just have, like, paper towels. Mm-hmm. So they would throw them in the trash can, but not hit the trash can. They just freaking leave them there.
That's so lazy.
Yeah, so I'd come around behind them and I'd pick them up. So if you're already cleaning up after yourself and you have to pick up after somebody else, do that. Find that person, punch them in the face or the throat or the cooter. Or
you could say...
Either way, it doesn't matter.
You could just say something like... That's okay. I'll just pick this up for you since you're obviously too busy to do it.
Yeah.
That's probably what I would do. All right. So take care of your stuff. Clean up your stuff. Flu season, bacteria, viruses, all that stuff. We like to exercise. We like to stay fit. But the fact is people are disease machines and just basic hygiene, dude. It's like, do they teach basic hygiene anymore in school?
Nope.
They just teach, like, gender identity. Well, we're either going to teach hygiene this year or gender identity studies, so something had to go. I don't know what it was. But, folks, just do it. And hang up your phone. Do that and hang up your phone and work out.
Attention, new listeners. We produced a free training video series called 7 Training Tips That Could Save Your Life. We want you to have access to this life-saving information. Get instant access now at studentofthegun.com. Do you watch Student of the Gun TV, read the blog, and follow us on Facebook? If you answered no to any of those questions, you are wrong, but you can easily fix yourself. Go to studentofthegun.com to find everything SOTG.
That's right. That's exactly what you should do. And thank you, Alex, for saying that. All right, ladies and gentlemen and children of all ages, right now in the United States of America, as I'm speaking these words, you can still get ammunition, you can still get magazines, and so on and so forth. Is that going to be the case in November or December? I don't know. Are you willing to bet? Are you hoping that the stuff you want will be there, or are you going to get the stuff that you want now? It's up to you. But if you want to do something like that, go to brownells.com and you can stock up today. They'll even ship it directly to your house as an added bonus. All right, Duracoat. Why Duracoat? Well, because life is too short to have an ugly gun. Go to LauerWeaponry.com and check out everything they have. The can technology, the Dura Blue, and all that good for shizzle. You say, well, Paul, I have a wooden stock gun, and so Duracoat doesn't have anything for me. Oh, really? I bet you they can help you with that. All right, folks. Wow. I'm going to talk about this, and this is something that apparently it's a hot button. I thought it was kind of like when the story came out, I thought, well, everybody who is a gun owner will get behind this and they'll understand. Apparently not everybody did. Apparently people, I'm really disappointed. It makes me sad. It kind of pisses me off. But the story here is from TFB, the firearms blog. Firearms, not politics. Jared, riddle me this, Batman. It says the firearms blog, firearms, not politics. But this story is Academy Sports pulling modern sporting rifles from the shelves. Isn't that kind of a political move? Or am I crazy?
So is it not? Yeah, it is.
It is a political move.
It's also a firearm move.
Well, I mean
it
but
has to do with
guns
firearm.
are politics. And you can't say that they're not. But let's go ahead and read the story. Read the story here. And the story says, Academy Sports and Outdoors, a southern U.S., and a lot of you folks, I guess, out west and you Yankees up north, you may not have Academy stores near you. But down here in the South, Academy stores are great big outdoor sports stores, and we've shopped at them and enjoyed shopping at them for a number of years. And if you're a Student of the Gun listener, you know that we have, for years and years, promoted Academy Outdoors. As a matter of fact, when Dick's Sporting Goods, when they went super vag-tastic after Sandy Hook and pulled all their... See, at first... if you follow me all the way back to like the year 2009 and 10 and so forth, Dick's wouldn't stock evil black rifles, and they wouldn't stock handguns. The only semi-automatic or self-loading guns that they would stock were they used to put out the fully camouflaged Remington, like the R25 and the R15. They'd put those out, but those are the only ones. Well, then they realized during the great AR-15 buying craze of the 2010s, 11s, 12s, and so forth, that everybody wanted those. So they're like, wow, we're losing a lot of money by not selling these. So they started stocking them. Well, all it took was one instance for them to go completely vag-tastic, and after Sandy Hook, they pulled all their evil, mean black rifles off the shelves, and they canceled millions of dollars worth of orders. Well... And we told people back that, first of all, Dick's, they're bad. They're bad business. They do deceptive marketing. They put things on sale, but when you get up to the counter, what you thought was on sale really isn't on sale. They have at the registers, they have the total amount, the little window or the sign or whatever you want to call it, the part of the register that shows you the total amount is actually turned away from the customer, not towards the customer. So you don't see it. You don't see the stuff being rung up until they tell you how much they want you to give them. So you think something's on sale, and they ring it up not on sale, and you don't realize it. A lot of deceptive marketing practices like that by Dick's. Dick's is a bad outdoor store, and we don't use them, and we don't support them. And we've told people, go to Academy instead. Well, here's what they did. They betrayed us as well. Or let's see if you think they betrayed us. Academy Outdoors, a southern U.S. sporting good chain, is reportedly pulling modern sporting rifles, that's AR-15s or black rifles for you guys, from their shelves in the wake of the Orlando attack. According to Reddit user Potato Muncher, the move to pull the rifles from the display rack was a request from the corporate offices in Texas. Shame on you. According to you, Potato Muncher, the rifles will still be available for sale but not displayed, leading many buyers to believe that there are no rifles available. The firearms blog also received information about an Academy employee from an Academy employee that requested to remain anonymous, that there are even more changes. Our informant stated that Academy Sports Corporate hosted a conference call requesting all modern sporting rifle lighters. Yes, the grill lighters, those long extended grill lighters, and gifts that look like evil black rifles be pulled along with airsoft and BB guns that resemble, quote, an assault rifle.
Yeah, their policy is literally everything that has that image on it
is gone. The most shocking development in that conference call outlined a new policy requiring any sale of more than 10 boxes that they deem assault rifle caliber will require the buyer to furnish personal information that Academy is planning to keep in a database. What? Other employees have stated that they were directed to report the transaction. Well, there you go. Okay, so you tell me, all of you guys out there, all of you Academy lovers, and like I said, we've given these artards, how much free advertising, Jared, have we given these artards over the years?
I don't know, more than $0 worth.
Thousands. Okay, I know how much our airtime is worth, and we've given those artards thousands of dollars of free airtime just by talking about them on this show. And we thought, since they're corporate and they're based in Texas, that they might actually have some cojones. And I guess we were wrong.
You also have people that obviously don't care about us running their marketing department or their CEOs or whoever. They're basically their executives. Obviously don't care about the American Patriots.
No.
Because they're hiding. They would rather hide from...
And they're like, well, we'll sell it to you, but we're not going to display it. What the farfignugan does that even mean? I'm on their website right now, and I'm trying to find... I went to the Academy website, and I'm going to try and find a gun in 223. Guess what, Jared? I'm on the Academy website, and it says choose your gun by caliber. So I chose a gun by caliber. I clicked on it, and guess what they have? 2 Savage, a Mossberg, a CVA, another Savage, and another Mossberg chambered in 223 Remington. All of them are either bolt action or breech action. They have 0 self-loading rifles on their website right now, or at least chambered in 223. Interesting. Very interesting. You know what? I don't know what to say, folks. Now, a lot of you guys are out there, you're like, well, what good does, we're not that big of a group anyway, and what good is it going to do to, here's a crazy one, Jared. Hot deal. If you go to their website right now, they've got a hot deal on Federal American Eagle XM855. What's that? XM855 is green tip. Do you think they consider that assault rifle ammunition? Well, they're selling it in 150-round bulk boxes. So if I buy a couple of those, does that put me on the assault rifle ammunition list at Academy? The Remington's got a thing called the bucket of bullets, or the range bucket. And you can get 115 grain, 9mm ammo, UMC, not USMC, UMC for $94. And how many rounds of ammunition do you get in that? You get 350 rounds. Now, if I buy a bucket of ammo and it's 350 rounds, which is way more than the 50-round limit that they want to use to put you on the no-fly list, does that make me a potential terrorist? Does that get me on the Academy's assault rifle? And does Academy still sell pistols, Jared?
They're the biggest weapon used by terrorists, so
yeah,
you think that they would hide those?
Yeah, does Academy still sell handguns? So if a Johnny Jihad walks out and he uses a G-Lock, he buys a G-Lock and uses it for hate and bad things, are they going to pull pistols? Is Academy going to pull every pistol off their shelves? I don't know. Are we going to be honest with ourselves, or are we just going to be politically correct? And I saw something, somebody posted, they're like, more people are killed every year with hammers than are killed with, quote, assault rifles. But you don't see Lowe's banning hammers and taking them off the shelves and hiding them under the counter. We had to take all of our hammers off of the shelves. And if you want a hammer, you can ask for one. And one of our sales associates will go in the back and get it for you. But we're not going to display hammers anymore because displaying hammers leads to assault. Really? Really? How many other people have betrayed us? Well, Dick's. We talked about Dick's. Now, let's talk about Walmart. A lot of you folks out there in the Student of the Gun listening audience, we posted the story about Academy. Because I went to the Academy store. I played the Missouri Show Me thing. I wanted to see with my own eyes. And I went into the brand new Academy Outdoors in D'Iberville, Mississippi. It's only been open for about a year. Walked in there, and that's what I saw. And it's not just AR-15s. It's any self-loading magazine-fed rifle, centerfire rifle. So no Century AKs. Academy was one of the biggest sellers of the C39 V2.
I have a question. Do the places not have contracts with the manufacturers?
Oh, yeah, they do.
So are they breaching contract?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Just wondering.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, they're doing. Well, Daniel Defense fired him. Did you see that story?
Good.
Did you see
That's
this?
what every freaking American gun owning
Let's go ahead and pull that story. It says right here, Daniel Defense fires Academy Outdoors. And this is actually a story from Breitbart News. And yes, Jared, I will drop it into the show notes before you even ask me, because that's the kind of guy I am. Ladies and gentlemen, we talked about the list thing yesterday, and we talked about support. We talked about supporting the people that support you, and we talked about, well, showing your displeasure when they don't. And let's go ahead and read and see what Daniel Defense has done. Now, Daniel Defense, they've actually been very proactive here the last few years, come out and supported, well, Constitution, rights, and all that stuff. But this story is from Breitbart.com, and it says, Daniel Defense, come on, quit going up and down. I hate that. It says, Daniel Defense cuts ties with Academy Sports for pulling AR-15s from the shelves. And this is a story by, I hate pop-up ads.
It's AR.
When I become the king, when I'm Stewie Griffin and I have my own list, people that create these websites that are inundated with pop-up ads and that freeze the story until you look at the stupid ad, those people will be on the list. All right. On June 16th, renowned AR-15 designer and manufacturer Daniel Defense sent Breitbart News a press release in which they announced an end to their business relationship with Academy Sports, and we applaud that. The move stems from Academy's post-Orlando decision to pull AR-15s from its shelves. Alleged Orlando attacker Omar Mateen, goat rapist, used a legally purchased rifle, and Academy reacted by pulling anything that resembles an MSR, not MSRP, but MSR, including lighters. At the same time, they contend they will continue to sell them, but will not advertise them in any way. What kind of stupid nonsense is that?
So it doesn't
We're going to sell them, but we're not going to... Yeah.
It doesn't fix anything. It's the illusion of fixing the problem.
It's cowardice. It's 100%... Go ahead, write me a letter right now. I want you to write me a letter and explain to me how this is not the lowest form of cowardice. They can't even stand by principle. If you're going to say... I mean, even leftists and psychos have some type of weird, twisted principles. But they can't even say, oh, we think these guns are bad and no one should have them, so we're going to pull them. They're like, oh, no. We'll still sell it to you. We just won't advertise it. We don't want the leftist crybaby sandwich makers. We don't want them to come in our stores and pitch a little fit and tinkle in their panties when they see one. It might scare them. So that's cowardice. That's like the definition of cowardice and hypocrisy as well. What Daniel Defense did is absolutely right, and it details into it dovetails into what we've been talking about for years about. It's time for American firearms manufacturers to support those who support them and to stop supporting people that are against us. I understand that you have stockholders and shareholders, and I know that you need to report annual sales and quarterly sales and this and that. I get that. Believe me, I do. You're like, oh, you don't understand, Paul. We can't stop selling guns in California because there's so many gun buyers in California. We'll lose that market. So we're just going to keep changing our guns to make them California legal and blah, 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 blah. I got an idea. How about you stop selling guns there until they fix themselves? Well, that would affect our bottom line for this quarter or next quarter or projected quarter. I got an idea. How about instead of playing the short game, you play the long game? Because you're playing the short game. This is what we've been doing, Jared. We've been playing the short game as a gun industry, as the shooting industry is playing the short game, hoping that we can appease and then it'll eventually fix itself. How long has the shooting industry been appeasing these slave states by making special slave-approved guns? Massachusetts has them. New York has them. New Jersey, California. All these special slave-approved guns. And they've been doing it for years and years. And what do they get from that? What do we get from California, their shooting industry, when you make super special California legal bullet button guns? What did you get? Did they appreciate that? Did they say, good job, thank you, we love how responsible you are? No, they turned right around and stuffed it in your face and said, oh, P.S., even the super cool California legal guns are going to be illegal now. You're never going to appease them. So stop trying. If a gun company, if you own a firearms manufacturing company and you want to generate sales and you want to make waves and you want the American gun buying public, the American patriot public to understand that you're serious, go public right now and declare that you will no longer sell guns, manufacture guns, alter and change guns in order to meet the whims of slave masters. Go forward and say, we're no longer making slave guns. If you're a tax slave living in Massachusetts, New York, et al., all the things that I just said, we're not going to accommodate you anymore. Fix your state, and then we'll sell you guns. But how hard is that, Jared? How hard is it to get these people? And the sad thing is, here's what I know about the firearms industry, ladies and gentlemen. I've been in it for 20 years or so. Most of these companies are run by vacuum cleaner salesmen. It's not like it used to be. It used to be that people that owned gun companies were actual, real, genuine patriots. And what we've got today is we have CEOs and CFOs and COOs of these major conglomerate gun corporations. And to them, it's no different than a vacuum cleaner or a blender or a power drill. It's just a widget. It's just a commodity. And if I have to alter my commodity to meet with the approval of the slave masters in Massachusetts, well, then I'll do it. If we have to alter it to meet with the approval of the slave masters in New York, the slave masters in California, we'll do it. Just change it. We don't care. They're not playing a liberty game. They're playing the short game because they have to. They're like, well, we need to. Dude, trust me on this. If you came out, Jared, what have I been saying for years about leadership in this country?
You've been saying that you wrote a freaking article that 14 leadership traits that America's starving for.
This nation's starving for leadership.
Yeah, we don't have. This is the kind of leadership that we need, at least in our industry.
What Daniel Defense did, that's the leadership that. Do you not think Daniel Defense is when they put that out, that press release went out, that their stock went up? You better believe it did.
I think that we should call upon all of the manufacturers in our industry to follow suit with Daniel Defense. Fire Academy Sports and Outdoors because they are freaking cowards.
Fire them.
And they've effectively crapped upon their partnerships. They don't care.
They crapped on the American people.
Partners. Yeah.
They said anytime a left-wing bully comes along, if a terrorist uses an object that we sell in our store, we're going to stop selling it. Because that'll stop terrorism. That'll show them. Yeah, really? That'll show them. You see what shirt I'm wearing right now? Jared, do you see what shirt I'm wearing right now?
Yep.
It's the Psalm 144 shirt. And when we took a break between shows, I was in the back, and I actually caught my reflection in the mirror. And I have never received one negative comment about this shirt, but I received lots of positive ones. And the Fornicate ISIS shirt, I wasn't sure if it would offend people's sensibilities to the point where they would act offended. Not one. Why is that? People, like, for instance, when I wear this shirt, I've worn this shirt out, and pretty much every time I wear it, the Psalm 144 shirt, someone will come up and they'll say, hey, I like that, or thank you. You know why? Because they wouldn't do it or they're not doing it, but they're glad to see someone else is. The Fornicate ISIS shirt, people wouldn't do it themselves, but they're glad to see someone is. This nation is starving for leadership by example. Look at what Spikes Tactical did. When they came out with the Crusader rifle, and the left-wing news media just peed all over themselves. They were just aghast. It was just horrifying that someone would put a Bible verse on a gun. And what did people across the United States do? People either bought Spike's guns, and here's what we know because we know Mookie, and people, even if they didn't buy a gun, the overwhelming support for them coming out was deafening. It was crazy. They said they weren't really prepared for it. They had no idea how much support they were going to get. They said they got people that said, I can't afford to buy a rifle right now, but I wanted to call you and say thank you. Why? Because Americans are starving for positive leadership. They are starving for leadership by example. And as a shooting industry, the shooting industry right now, as I look out across it, is doing a crappy job leading the way. They're playing the short game. What widget's going to be popular next quarter? How can we appease our stockholders next quarter? Folks, do what you want. I don't care. It's your company. But I can tell you this, if you want to make big changes in your company, if you want to make a statement, if you want people at Breitbart and Huffington Post and everyone else in the world to speak your name and give you $1 million in free advertising, because that's probably what Spike's got, because every news media outlet in the United States said their name many times. You can't buy that. You couldn't buy that kind of advertising. You want to make waves? You want to show the American public that you're serious about liberty, that you're serious about the Constitution, that you're not just trying to sell them widgets or blenders or power drills? Take a chance and stand with the patriots of this country like Daniel Defense did. And tell people that betray you and that are cowardly that you're no longer going to support them. Now, the Walmart thing, I'm going to hit that real quick. Well, when Walmart stopped selling guns a long time ago and then they started again, Walmart pulled them because it was a headache for them. That's why. It was an administrative headache.
If you pay attention to the like how they did it, first they did liquidation, which companies only do liquidation when they're losing money on that product.
Yeah.
Liquidation is basically you sell it for a little bit above your cost so you can get rid of it.
Or even cost.
Or even cost, yes.
But Walmart didn't come out with a big public statement and say, we hate black rifles and they're bad and we're going to get rid of them. They did it as a business decision. And then what they realized, Jared, is in 2010, 11, 12, that they were losing a lot of money to people like Academy and Dick's and so forth. Ooh. And then they brought them back.
My question is, when's the last time you've bought an AR from Walmart? People see Walmart as like the LCD.
Yeah, they don't. Now,
I would not go buy an AR from Walmart.
Now, the new one that they built, see, that's the funny thing is, the newest Walmart in our area is the one they built in Biloxi, the newest Supercenter. They built that one, and guess what they put in that? They put guns. There's 2 racks, and they had a contract with Bushmaster Remington, and one of the big ones that you see in there all the time is the Diamondback rifles. Now, I've never shot a Diamondback rifle. I think that they're fine. I don't think there's anything wrong with them. But the fact of the matter is you can buy guns in certain Walmarts. Walmart does not have a corporate policy against guns because it's political correctness.
They put them where they can sell them.
They put them where they can sell them, exactly. So all of you guys are like, well, Walmart doesn't sell guns, and so why shouldn't I go to Academy? Because Walmart stopped selling them. Do your darn homework before you say stupid crap. That's my advice to you today. Do your darn homework before you say stupid crap.
Speaking of homework, you should tag one person that needs to hear this episode. Tag them, share it with them, whatever.
There you go.
Social media. Just share it with just one person that needs to hear it.
All right, we got one more public broadcast this week. It's going to be tomorrow. And we're going to talk about how we can stop killing each other in class. This needs to stop, folks. And we'll talk about it tomorrow. Bye.